Okay, we will start now. So, first of all, a very warm welcome to our today's guest, Honorable Sacha Kaluri, ma'am. She is from Australia. And before we start today's presentation or the motivational speech of our special guest, let me introduce her to all of you, all the people who are present here, all the students. So Sacha Kaluri ma'am is one of the Australia's most renowned motivational speakers, motivational company. After that, she is the director of Australia's Teenage Expo. She is the host of highly rating TV show in Australia's news channel. She is the column writer on more than 108 newspapers in Australia. Again, she has lots of things she has done in her journey, 25 years journey. She is passionate for helping youth across the world to discover the international bestseller books for parents. And the name of that book is The Two Worlds of Your Teenagers. She has been awarded with Australia's Top 50 Business Leaders Award. And so this is all about Honorable Sacha Kaluri ma'am. And before I request Sasha ma'am to start her presentation, let me tell you, Sasha ma'am, why Waree Foundation or Waree Sanstha has organized this program. See, Sasha ma'am, all these children who have joined today, they are from rural background, and
Yep.
and they are socially and economically backward. They belong to socially and economically backward classes, and they do not have much exposure to listening and speaking English. Thirdly, they have not set their goals too, and they do not have role models in their life. So to motivate them, so to make them dream big, and to make them confident enough, we have organized this today's workshop with you. And now I request Honorable Sasha ma'am to start her presentation. The dais is yours, the floor is yours. Please start your presentation now for our all students. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time and for coming on here. And so, can many people can we actually go in the chat? You have an ability to go into a chat?
Yeah, some of them have. Some of them have.
So if you do, and you can see me, and you want to go in the chat, can you do like something where you can wave a hand, like do this to me,
like
anything like that? Can anyone talk to me so that it's not? I want to be able to see as many people as possible. So if we can do, like if we have the chat, can you see the chat there?
See, hello.
On the corner.
You have written hello. I'm here. Hi,
can you all see that?
Yes, I did it.
Can anyone else see?
बाकी कोणी ना चॅट मध्ये लिहायचं आहे हाय हॅलो यू कॅन राईट ऑन chat box.
Can many people understand me? Because it would be good to know how many people can understand what I'm saying to them. Like, can they understand English?
Near about right now there are 17 students, and out of 17 students, near about 10 can understand what you say.
And so the other students,
hello
everybody.
Yeah, you can see in the chat box they have said hello ma'am, hello ma'am,
hello. Yes. So they can tell me who can understand English.
ज्यांना इंग्रजी समजते त्यांनी हात वर करायचा आहे किंवा येस म्हणून सांगायचं आहे.
If you can understand what I'm saying, I want you to tell me yes.
येस.
Um,
चॅट बॉक्समध्ये येस लिहायचं आहे. दोज हू अंडरस्टँड लिटल बिट इंग्लिश दे कॅन राईट येस इन चॅट बॉक्स. ओके.
so, do you want to do some translating for me? Like, I'll speak and then you want to do some translating?
See, Shasha ma'am, we can understand you. Uh, Near about 14 students can understand, but they are not confident while speaking.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so they can
But they can
understand.
understand. Oh,
Uh,
they can understand. Oh, that's
yes,
good.
yes,
As
yes.
long as they're good. Okay.
You can start your presentation or whatever you have. Okay.
So, what I would like to talk to you all about is I want to talk to you about the opportunities that you can make in your life. And it's so important to understand that you have the ability to bring in as many opportunities as you possibly can. There is no limits on anything that you can create. And when anybody is telling you any of these limits that you have to understand that yes, there are things that you have in your life that are limiting you or holding you back on something. But I want you to know that I want you in your life to dream big. I want you to imagine anything that is possible. And so I want you to think that instead of thinking with limited thoughts, I want you to think with unlimited thoughts. Almost like, when you're playing a game and your imagination allows you to play this game, you imagine you're playing a game and you're running or you're running from something because you're scared or you're whenever you're playing with your friends, your imagination is what allows you to be free. And so no matter what limitations you have on your life, you need to understand that there is no limitations on your imagination. So in your mind, you can imagine whatever it is that you want. By bringing in this imagination, by imagining these things and thinking to yourself that this is all possible, that there are chances that these things happen, then what happens is you will start to look for ways to make them happen. So if you were trying to play a game, let's say because life is really just like a game, just like any other game. And if you see and you think to yourself, if you're playing a game and you're imagining something, or you're dressing up, or you're playing with another person and you're pretending to be something, just like that, you will start to see ways how you can keep playing this pretend game. So you may want to play something like you're hiding and running, hide and seek. You know this game, hide and seek. And you may see a tree and you may hide behind the tree. Before, the tree was looking like this as a tree, but now you're seeing the tree as an opportunity to hide behind. Just like that, once you start to use your imagination and see things that you think that looks interesting, then what you do is then you start to see how you can get opportunity to use these things in your life to bring your imagination alive. And then what you need to do is think to yourself, how can you always make sure that you encourage other people to be successful too? So we only want good kindness. So we don't want that bully being nasty. You can't do this. Or when somebody says, let's do an idea, you say yes. You bring in these opportunities. So if I say, I want to be a famous rock star, instead of laughing and saying, that's not possible, Sasha, you say, yes, that's true, you could do this. And then if I say this to you, and I say this to you, and I say this to you, and everybody starts to encourage people to believe that they can do it, then what will happen is that we are creating an environment where we are all feeling good, because I will then allow my imagination to go further, and I will get, and then the more I let myself, then suddenly,
Lucky,
almost like life is adding magic,
बहुत जबरदस्त सांगत
it
आहे ते.
starts to bring you more things.
तिकडे तिकडे जा.
So if I say I want to be a rock star or a star or a movie star, then suddenly I look at movies differently. Or I want to do anything. I want to have fun. I want to play. All of these things. Once you start to see it, you will notice it more, because our brain notices when we see things. So if I say to you, look for a red car, all of a sudden you will see red cars everywhere, and you'll think, oh, there's red cars everywhere. But there's no more red cars today than there is tomorrow. But you're noticing the red cars. That's all that's happening. So what I want you to do is just like that with an opportunity, to notice the opportunities that you have for you. Notice them. So notice ways that you can do the best at school. Notice ways that you can meet someone and ask them questions about their life. The most important thing that you can do is always ask questions. Always. Learning opens your mind, and not just learning from school, because that is one part of learning, but learning from life. When you meet someone, ask lots of questions. How did you do this? Why are you doing this? Ask lots of questions. And if they get annoyed with you, that's okay. You go, okay. And then you find someone else and you ask them lots of questions. Because asking them these questions opens up your mind to how they did this. Why are they doing it? So you have this teacher. Ask him, why did you become a teacher? How did you become a teacher? What inspired you to become a teacher? Ask them these questions. And then suddenly you'll be able to see people will come into your life that you never thought possible. Like me. Only because your teacher found me and asked me. If he wouldn't have asked me, I would never be here. So you need to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. And I could have said no. But then you find another person and you ask them. And if not, you find another person and you say, and if 100 says no, one will say yes. And that one person that says yes is that next step. And then you ask another 100, and then that's that next step. Because life is about the journey, not the destination, not the finish. It's about how you get there. And suddenly you'll find more and more people to get those opportunities, to bring them to you. And you'll learn more different things, and you'll see the world differently. You'll start to ask different questions. And when you see something, before you would see it with limited, now you see it open. And you start to think, if they did it like this, how could I do it? And always think, just because one person did it like that doesn't mean that you can't do it in many other ways. There are so many ways to do things, so many different ways. But it means by the most important thing is asking as many questions and being around people that make you feel good. So we need to be two things in life. Number one is we need to make people feel good. Be a good person that's around that person. You make them feel good, make them happy, encourage them, motivate them, make them, when they tell you their dreams or their ideas, you encourage them to feel good. But equally, as much as you do that to someone, you need to make sure you find people in your life that will do the same to you. So if you have friends that you say that are being nasty and bullying and not being that, then you need to find, you go, okay, I'm going to just find other friends. And then you start, because you're opening. Now you'll start to see another group of friends. And then you say, can I come join your group? And suddenly that group is more fun. And everybody's making everybody feel good. And you feel good. And it inspires you to do more and imagine more and see more and ask questions. And you're leaving those people behind. Now, that means sometimes some people would have the negative people at home, in their family, around them. That's okay, but you have to go find other people yourself. And no matter where we are in this world,
इमॅजिनेशन
no
कशी
matter
असायला
where,
पाहिजे,
there is
त्याच्यानंतर
always
लाईफमध्ये
chance and opportunity for
कॉन्फिडेंट
anyone.
कसं बनलं पाहिजे.
No matter what is going
मोटिवेशनल
wrong
स्पीकर
for
आहे ती.
you, always, every problem has a solution. Every single problem. There's always a chance for everything. The thing that will make you stronger, that you need to
लकी एखादा प्रश्न तयार करून ठेव.
is love the hard work. Love the hard things, because that makes you resilient. And becoming resilient and strong, so you have to do that work. You have to work harder at school. You have to, help your family work, and then wake up early and work and be tired, or go hungry, or do that. All of those things make you strong. And you say thank you, and you have gratitude for all the things that make your life hard, because those things make you so strong that no matter, so that when somebody rejects you, makes you feel like you can't do this, then inside of yourself, you are so strong and you bounce back up. So in life, when life gets hard, I know life can be hard. And I know that sometimes you might say, today I feel down because my life is so hard. You can stay a little bit sad, but then tomorrow you get back up. You can't live in that sadness. You have to get up again. Every day you must get up. And every day you must do your best every day. Now, our best is different every single day. Some days my best is outstanding. I do amazing things. Some days my best is not that good because I'm tired, I'm sad, things have gone wrong in my life, lots of things. But your best is different every day. So you must do your best every day, the best you can do. And there's only one person that knows what your best is, and that's you. So only right now I know if I'm doing my best. It doesn't matter what anyone thinks. It doesn't matter if anyone here says Sasha's good, she's not good. Well, it doesn't matter. It's if I'm doing my best. And only I know if that matters and if I care. And I care about you. I want good things to happen to you. And the one person that is in control to make good things happen to you is you. You are in control of this. You're in control of your life already, more than you think. If you're playing with a group of friends and they're being nasty, you are in control to move away and go to another group. You are in control to think good thoughts. You are in control to be
नक्की
strong.
यू
You
कॅन
are in
म्हणजे तू
control
असा
to
प्रश्न
do your best.
आस्क करू शकतो
Even though you have your
की
family, even though
हाऊ
you
टू
have
बी
all of these other things that may be out of your control, you are
सेल्फ
in
मोटिवेटेड
control of your mind.
सेल्फ
More
मोटिवेशन
than
वरती काही
ever,
प्रश्न
you
विचारू
are in
शकते
control of your mind. Because this is your life, your mind, and I want you to have
किंवा
an
हाऊ
open
कॅन आय बी
mind
सो
and
मोटिवेटेड
not
ऑल द टाइम
judge. The
असं कधी
most
कधी
important
होते
we can
की
have
मी कधी
is to
कधी
have
नाराज
empathy
राहतो कधी
and
कधी खूप
understanding for
मोटिवेटेड
other
राहतो
people.
तर याच्यावर काही
So
मार्ग
when
आहे का
somebody does something, don't judge them. Don't say, you should do this, you should do that. Because we never know what's happening in somebody's life. We never know. I want you to understand that and never be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of failure, because fail to me stands for first attempt in learning. First attempt, FAIL. First attempt in learning. So even if you fail 10 times at one thing, it took you all of that time to learn it. So don't feel scared of failure, because when you fail at something, it is your greatest teacher. Failure is your greatest teacher.
नाही थोड्या वेळानंतर
It
किंवा
will
आता
teach
पण
you to be
तिचं होऊ दे
stronger. It will teach you to try harder. It will teach you how not to do things. So you go,
किंवा
that didn't work. I have to now try something different. So not be scared of failure. And I want you to be very, very, um, I want you to try and set small goals in your life. Small goals. So however that might be, set those goals, and when you set those goals, you look and think, how do I create those goals? How do I create good things in my life? So you find something, and you maybe, for example, see, if you see here, in here, see, I have a window. There is a window.
yes we
And
can
on
see
that window, I have one texter, and I write my goals on the window, like it's a blackboard in a classroom.
just like a vision board you mean to say
Yeah, like a vision board.
yes
Yeah. And I put them, like when you're in the car, but I use my window because I don't have anywhere else to write. So I write them here. So when I come in my office, I see my goals written here. If I have a mirror, I write the goal. I write it on a piece of paper. I keep it in front of me all the time. Not just the goal there, I have a picture, because our minds are very, very visual. So they love those pictures. So I think about, how can we have those pictures, and how can
लकी
we
तू
have
याच्यावरही
something
प्रश्न
to
विचारू
remind
शकते
us of what
आता तुला समजून येत
we
असेल
want?
विजन
How
कसं
can we do
डिसाईड
that?
करायचं किंवा काही किंवा
So
काही
set those goals. If you think you want to do something,
लकी तू आपला हात वर
set
करू
a
शकतो
goal.
आता
So if you say this week, and not, we don't need to have goals for 10 years. We have small little things, because those small little things, every little step, every little step, every little step makes a little bit different. So we have little steps. So you say 1 week goal, 1 month goal. I want to achieve this. I want to try this. I want to learn this. All of those things. By doing those things, it will make you feel good. And then you'll start to think, how do I do more goals? How do I get more things in my life? Because you feel good. And let's say you try a goal and it doesn't start to work. Then you think, first attempt in learning for fail. I can do this. I'm becoming resilient. I can be in this. And then when you're making friends and you're doing this, this becomes like a network. And when you see people and you think and you see this person and
नक्की
you
तू
see
म्हणू
what they're
शकतो
doing. So
मला
if you're
प्रश्न
seeing an
विचारायचा आहे
adult
इंग्लिशमध्ये
and you think, oh, that's very interesting,
तिथून.
the job that they're doing, or what is, how can I ask them these questions? How can I volunteer to help them so that I can be around them to see what they're doing? So if you want to be a teacher, ask your teacher, what did you do? How did you become this? See how they do lesson plans.
लकी विचारतो का
Learn,
आता.
open up your eyes on how they do this. Ask them how you can help.
तर मन म्हणा तिथं.
Because when we do that,
टीचर कॅन आय आस्क यू अ क्वेश्चन म्हणून.
when we do all of
Santa,
these things, yes,
I have a question. As you told that we need to set our goals and we can have a vision boards. We are all set for it, but we
व्हिडिओ ऑन
have
कर ना तुझा.
problem.
we
We
have
have a problem to how to start it. Like, what should be our first step to start that thing?
to, what's the first step to start the vision?
Yeah, to start our goal.
The imagination. The vision board can be anything you like. It's your imagination. So start to look at the different things. You have to, because the vision board is not something you make in one day. The vision board is something you start blank and you add a little bit here today. And then maybe for 1 week you don't add
नक्की करून
anything.
ठेवणार आहे.
And then you see something and you say, oh, I like that. I want to add. And then you come back and you add
ते
it.
ऐकून घे
And you
तिचं
come
आणि
back and
बरोबर
you find that
सांग.
picture.
रिस्पॉन्स
It
देशील
grows and
काहीतरी.
grows and grows. It's not something that you get straight away. Because once you add one thing and it feels good to see that, you will start to look around for more opportunities, for more things to add to the vision board. So everything starts blank. Everything. So even when I come and your teacher says, can you talk to my students? And I say, this is blank. What would you like me to talk about? He says, I'd like you to talk this, this, this. Okay, now we have something to start with. Then I go away, I think, oh, maybe I could add this. Maybe I could add this. Then I go away and then I see something else. I think, maybe I can add that. And then you put a little bit more until finally I say, oh, this is what I can talk about. But originally, everything is blank, just like the vision board. And the fun part is adding all the little things, kind of just like when you make a curry. You start with some oil, you add some garlic, you add some onion, you add some chicken, you add some, chili, some turmeric, some coriander. You start to add little bit by little bit, until finally you have something. You can't start everything, put it in there. Everything is step by step by step. That's what you need to do when you think about how you do that. It's just like anything. And we know that when you do it step by step and you make more effort, it's when it's at its glorious part. Because if you get a curry and you just put everything in, chicken, spices, oil, onion, all together, what's going to happen? It's yucky.
Hodgepodge, yeah.
Pardon?
Nothing. It, at the same time, if you do means talking about writing vision and getting that in very quick days, it is not possible. It takes
It's
time,
not.
and
It
it's
takes
a
time.
thoughtful process. I just want to add my experience. Uh, uh, Near about 3 years ago, I wrote one vision on my vision diary. So I wrote, I want to see 50 lakhs in my account. So and I kept it to till 2000, 2025. I want to see 50 lakhs in my account. So that is my vision. So it's a short term goal, I can say, and I am trying a lot for getting that 50 lakhs in my bank account. So we have to wait
गँगेमध्ये
for
50 लाख.
we have to wait for that as well. So that is
Yeah.
uh, it does not happens in a day. We have to
No,
wait for time. Yeah, isn't it correct, ma'am?
that's right. And do you know what happens?
uh,
When you do this, it feels good to watch it grow. It feels good because we all want one easy way. Oh, here's your 50 lakhs. But to watch it grow, and then when you get it, it feels so good. It's like sport. If you play a game of sport and you play your first game, let's say you play cricket and you play the first game and you lose, you're sad. Then next week you go play again and you lose again. Then next week you go play again and you lose again. And 5 weeks you lose. And then on week number 6 you win. It's the greatest feeling ever.
yes, exactly. Yes.
You are happy, you're dancing around, you're so happy. Because you won, because you are so happy. Not because you won that game. You're happy because all of those times you were sad and you tried and kept on coming back and trying, and now you're good. If you won the first time, you'd be like, But the 5th time or 6th time of winning after losing tastes so much better. It's like when you eat and you're starving, it tastes amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
But if you're full and somebody gives you more, it's okay.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to love the failure, love the hard work, because it feels so good when you get those things that you want. And what will happen is sometimes you will be afraid. I'm scared to ask that person to be my friend. I'm scared to ask that person questions. I'm scared to put my hand up in the classroom and ask that question. I'm scared to do those things. You have to never be afraid. Never be afraid, because you will always, always, always become stronger when you do that fear. If you have the fear, having fear is like a piece of glass in front of you. It's always here. No matter where you look, it's always here. You're walking around, fear, fear, fear. Oh, can't do this, can't do this. And so you can't see anything else. You take and you push through it, you smash it, and then you take one step. You did it. So maybe you might think to yourself, I want to ask those people, can I be their friend? Maybe you want to ask, can I join in to learn something? I should go and ask that person a question. And then you think, and I can't say it will always be good. But what I can say is, if it's good, it will be good. If it's bad, you will be stronger, tougher, and you will have learnt more experience. So then you go back. Fear, don't be frightened, because you will be strong enough to handle everything. You have to trust that you will be strong enough to handle anything that comes your way. Because life will go up, life will go down. Is lying. They're lying. You can see the richest, most glorious people in the world, and still they will have problems.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. It's not about those things. It's about you, how you feel. Sometimes the people that have the most money have the most unhappiness. You can't see it. You can't see it because you can see only these things, but you don't know. Because that would mean everybody that had money and had everything would be perfect and happy, and they're not. They do things, they take risks, they hurt themselves, they do lots of things, and that's not true. You know, you have to understand that in anywhere in the world, don't be scared. Love that. Always have that positive attitude.